My best friend cheated on her fiancé during her bachelorette party, but when I told her that she needed to admit what she did, she threatened to expose my past to my new boyfriend. It was my best friend Laura's bachelorette party. I was so happy for her since she was getting married to her high school sweetheart, Anthony, who was my brother. I was her maid of honor, but during the bachelorette party she hired male dancers, and that was something I could not forgive. She slept with every single dancer that she hired. When I confronted her about it, she told me that if I told Anthony that she would tell my boyfriend about me being an adult entertainer in my past. I felt conflicted because this was my brother and my best friend. On one hand, I felt guilty telling Anthony because I knew it would break his heart. On the other hand, I couldn't let my best friend get away with this. It didn't feel right. When we got back from the holiday trip away, Anthony asked us how the trip went, and I looked over at Laura. She had not an ounce of guilt on her face. Laura smiled and said it was very relaxing. She talked about all the fun she had and said that she really needed that time. Anthony told her he was glad that she enjoyed herself and seemed eager to hear all about the trip. The next week, Laura and I talked about the wedding decorations and seating arrangements. Laura asked me a question, but I didn't hear a word she said. The flash of men going to her room replayed in my mind. The guilt was eating me alive. She broke me out of my trance suddenly. "Emily, are you even listening to me?" she asked. I said yes and apologized. We chose the colors for the wedding decorations and left the shop. I decided to tell Anthony about the nights on the trip, but I had no proof. These were heavy accusations without any evidence, but I couldn't let my brother sit there and marry such a manipulative person. The next day, I invited Laura out to brunch at this new restaurant near my house. I put my phone on the edge of the table facing Laura and had a regular girls' chat like we always have. We hadn't spoken one-on-one on the nights of the trip since the night she threatened to tell Todd about my past. We talked about the wedding plans, and she told me how excited she was about everything. Then I brought up the trip and asked her if she wanted to go somewhere like that for her and Anthony's honeymoon. She said she would love that since it was such a beautiful resort, and the food was amazing. I told her that one of the other bridesmaids got the number of a guy she met at the resort. She said that was juicy and told me to spill the tea about it.